What's going on, everybody? It's Tony. I'm up here in the office. For the past couple of weeks, you've been hearing about a new program we have coming out called Groups. And so what I wanted to do this morning is take you through a few details on what groups are, what they'll look like, and what we hope to accomplish out of them. So what is Groups? Well, Groups is our new small group initiative here at the church. It consists of a host and about 10 other adults. We want to keep these pretty small. It is a purposeful way of connecting, growing, and creating more disciples for Christ outside of the church environment. The whole point of this is to get out of the church doors. It's very much modeled after the church you would find in the book of Acts, that very beginning church where the disciples start out their ministries and are growing and are replicating. So, how does it run? Well, we're going to start our first batch of groups on September 13th. We're going to run these in quarterly systems, and we have a couple of months off during the year around the holidays that will take off. But our first batch will be September 13th to November 1st. A host will facilitate a discussion and coordinate the where and when a group's going to meet. A group may decide to meet at a home, a coffee shop, a restaurant, bookstore. You really can meet anywhere. One of the main purposes is to get us outside of the church walls, get us outside the church doors, bring the church into the home. One thing we do encourage with groups to make it more relaxed and inviting is to offer a meal. Now, this could be a meal at a restaurant, some coffee at a coffee shop, or you could take turns and do potluck or just serve. I mean, it's up to y'all. It's up to the group and the host. Every group that we're starting off this first time will do the study Community by Andy Stanley. We have the materials for you, and we'll be getting that to you. So what about kids? This is a question we're going to get asked a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and answer. As we start out this program, we're not providing any kind of childcare for a group. We're really encouraging kids to be part of the discussion as much as possible. If you're breaking bread together and you're having a meal at someone's house and the kids are there, you can ask them some questions about what their service was like, what they learned in children's church or Sunday school, and really just kind of bring them into the discussion. This first study is very family friendly. It's all about growing together as a community, and so it's fun. Now, as groups decide to go into other studies later on, some things may not be appropriate for kids, or you may not have the depth that you want to go to. And so as the program goes, the staff has some ideas on how to help in this area that we're going to flesh out as we build the program. Now, groups are marked as a healthy group by Mark. Okay, this is something we borrowed from Robbie Gladdy's Replicate ministry, and we want every group to be missional. The purpose of a healthy group is to regularly make the gospel come back to our everyday life, right? It's all about sharing the gospel and making disciples. We want everybody to be accountable. This is a big part of group that makes people nervous, is accountability. And it's having those people who can have that authentic and honest relationship with you and call you out when you're not in the right spot, or you have to call them out when they're in the right spot, or encourage you and grow together. Reproducible. This is a big one. A healthy group begins with the end in mind. From the beginning, their goal is to make more groups. Now, one way we're going to do this is we ask for a host to select two what I call co-hosts, or hosts in training, where they will follow under the host's leadership, and as a group grows, one of those co-hosts can divide off and create their own group. We need a group to be communicable. A healthy group is always in communication with one another, with texts or emails or phone calls. There's all kinds of ways to accomplish that. And a group has to be scriptural. It all comes back from the Bible, or back to the Bible, I should say. Everything we do has to be biblically based. So what's next? What about groups do we need your help with? Well, we need some more hosts. Now, one thing that we encourage people to do is, if you're uncomfortable hosting at your house, or your house may not be big enough, but you want to facilitate, is you can partner up with somebody and they can offer their house and you can facilitate the group, or vice versa. A couple is a great group host. We also need some hosts who may be for a single men's class or a single women's class. These are some things that we're working through as we go and start this new program. So if you're interested in becoming a host, I need you to text HOST to 478-935-8632. That'll give you a link to sign up and you can join our host group. And our host group will have their first meeting on August 2nd. Now, if you are committed to being a host, we need you there. If you're thinking about being a host, we need you there. If you have some questions about what a host job is and just are slightly interested in it, we need you there. We're going to be looking at the details of running a group, how we're going to access the curriculum. We'll give you some information and some materials and things like that. If you don't want to host a group and you just want to join a group, we're going to have what's called Group Up in mid-August, where you'll have a chance to sign up for your groups that best fit your needs. Now, one of the parts of groups is growing with people and connecting with people who may not be your best friends. We already have lots of groups that meet together. They're great best friends, but one of our goals is to spread out a little bit and be with other people who we normally wouldn't be with. So I encourage you, when we're doing Group Up, don't sign up with all your best friends. All right, there's a lot of people in this church who we can grow with each other and we can learn from each other. But if we're always with our best friends, that's not going to happen. We're missing opportunities there. If you don't want to join a group, I know some people are concerned about Sunday evening service. Sunday evening service is still being held. It'll start back the same week in September. It'll be led by Mr. Paul Kelly here at the church. So I hope that answers some questions about what groups are and what we're doing. I really encourage you to sign up to be a host and to join us on August 2nd here when we meet and go over details. If you have any questions or anything and you can't attend that meeting, you can always email me or call me up here at the office and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Y'all have a great week.